I think I muled. No, it looks like I did not mule. Okay, my screen. Oh, I did mule. Interesting. Then why was I in hell? Do I have a map? Okay, I don't. Maybe I was just gambling. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I need to show my gear at the beginning of the video because people will ask, and that's the thing that I'm most interested in. And when I watch a Diablo 2 video, mostly I just want to see, hey, what are you wearing? So you can pause and frame advance with dot and comma to get a better look at the items. And this is an infinite magic find for rare items in 1.06. In this case, infinite is actually, I think, somewhere around 2800, but I'm not super positive on that number. I just do 2 full rituals of the gloams. The Easter egg coded in by a developer without the knowledge of any of the other developers. Which made me think of, in Morrowind, the 36 lessons of Vivek were written by one of the developers. And at least this is the story as I understand it. Whether it's true or not, I cannot verify. So it's written by one. They were all written by one of the developers. He missed several days of work, and like didn't come into the office and wasn't answering his phone. And this would have been back in the day when his phone was like on the wall and not a cell phone. And so he wasn't answering his phone at his house, and they couldn't get a hold of him. And so they showed up at his house, and he was on a, well, I'll say he was high on drugs. I think he was on acid. And he had been for like days. And while he was high, he wrote the lessons of Vivek. And so the 36 sermons of Vivek, or 36 lessons of Vivek, were written by someone like on a drug binge for several days. Which I think is if it's true, and you know, if I told the story correctly, I think it's really funny and interesting. And if you read the sermons of Vivek, you'll see that it kind of makes sense, that it's reasonable. Alright, oh, I have 5, so one of you has to die. You'll do. Okay, I think I have 4. So you need 4 souls to do the ritual. And you just wait. In this version, I can't just wait in place. I suppose I could if I just drank potions constantly. So I run in circles or run around or whatever. In 1.07 or 1.08, when doing this, you can put on enough damage reduction with either indestructible or self-repair items that you can just stand and like tank all their hits while they do it. In 1.08, you should do that. Put on damage reduction if you want to force uniques to drop, so that you can let them do the ritual over and over for about 2 hours, so that you can force uniques to drop in 1.08. I think in 1.07, to force uniques to drop, you only have to do this a few times. It might even just be like 2 or 3. I have not done that, but I probably will. If for no other reason, to collect a lot of them and show them on stream or on video, because they have a lot of them have different stats and some of them have different names. Let me see if I can find this one's interesting. Uniques, weapon, melee, hand to hand. Combo? Maybe I don't have it here. Do they have class specific? Yeah, but it doesn't show up. I thought I had it. Weapon, melee, hand to hand. Weapon, melee, hand to hand. No? Maybe I don't have it. Is it in here? Maybe I just don't know where claws are in the miscellaneous? No. Anyway, I was looking for Bartok's, but I guess I don't have one. Oh, I know. It might be... Oh, I don't want to load a save file while this game is open. So I'm going to leave this open if I remember. I have an assassin. It might be in her inventory. So I'll check that after I finish here. Like I might have it in her stash so she can equip it. But it has a different name. So that's all I was going to show. Instead of Bartok's Cutthroat, it's called Bartok's Chop Chop. It has different stats and it's total trash. So I don't know why it would be in her inventory, because it's not useful. But I'm not going to load a 1.07 character file in Atma while 1.06 is open. It might mess things up. I don't know. I just suspect that there might be problems. Okay, I want some identify scrolls. Can I shift by? No. I didn't think so. Alright, so that was one. I need them to do that again. And then I can go kill monsters. And find some rare rings. Or boots or belts. What else do I pick up? Some weapons. Rods, so I pick up rods, which is wands and scepters. I pick up exceptional bows. Lance, which rarely drops. What else would I pick? Helmets. The other day I said I made enough food for 3 days, and I believe that was 3 days ago, and the food is gone. So that was relatively accurate. Google recommends that a typical person will eat 3 to 4 pounds of food per day. So I don't know how they include water in there, or like food that's juicy and has water in it. Like if I eat 3 pounds of watermelon, am I going to be full all day? Anyway. Oh, I bought a can of cheese stuffed olives, which I don't like olives, but it was $1. And so I added that to the food that I made. And so then the flavor kind of blended away and just made it taste more strongly food flavored and maybe slightly off because I don't like olives, but less bland. So that was fine. And it gave me sodium. Oops, so hello, mana. Mana, please. And I need salt in my food because I sweat a lot at work. Man, they're just not dying. Is this exceptional? I don't even know. No. Anyway. Well, I watched episode 9 of series 17 of Taskmaster. So I'm only one episode behind, and then they released like what's it called? Taskmaster. I don't even know. There was some new thing that they had. So this one, Ice Blink, it says freezes target. If you open that item with Atma, the Mulling program, this thing, it will crash Atma and break your character. So don't show Ice Blink or any item with freezes target to Atma. She gets upset. Belt. Every ghost that dies over the void would have dropped the ring. War gauntlets. Anyway. Ring! And he wasn't even forced to drop it rare. He dropped a bonus item. I think. So. I feel like I just picked up a repeating crossbow to check if it was exceptional, and it wasn't. Yeah. Plated belt. Alright. So put away the ring. And then ask Kane to identify my junk. Repair my weapon. And then gamble.
Good day.
And on the scepters and wands, what I'm looking for is mana after each kill with fastest cast rate. That way, if I ever want to make a sorceress, I have a decent weapon for her. The gold find gloves, which I would use potentially if forwarded, are not really useful because chance cards just has so much more gold find. The gold find boots can be useful with 119% gold find, because that's the highest source of gold find that a boot can have, to my knowledge. The 1.07, 1.08 War Travelers has 100, and obviously 119 is bigger than 100. And in addition to the gold find, you can get lots of resists on them, or life, or other stats. Like this. 48 lightning and 41 fire resist and 14 dex. With 101 gold find. Compares, I think, quite favorably versus the 1.07 War Travelers if you are only looking for gold find and not magic find. Then it could be a very good Trav Bar boot. Or any gold find character. Maybe you run a sorceress. On single player on a static map while playing tryhard mode, the Blizzard sorceress can beat the barbarian for gold find in Travancore, as demonstrated by Griffin. Trying to think if anything really interesting happened the last couple days, and it seems like the answer is not really. I've been staying up later rather than just going to sleep on time, and then they can just deal with me being tired at work so that I have more time at home to do stuff, even if most of that time is ultimately spent doing nothing. At least some of it is spent doing something useful. And so yesterday I went to sleep at like 11, and then I woke up at 6 to my alarm. I rarely sleep through the night without waking up at all. So like when I do and my alarm wakes me up, I wake up confused, like what is that noise? Slightly disoriented. So the other day I told you about the calculus test that I took, the AP calculus test that I was very proud of. And I think the other test that I have taken that was a proud test-taking moment for me was AP Biology, not the AP test, but which I did well on, but the genetics unit in the class. And all year I was getting like C's, D's, and F's on the tests. For the most part, maybe B's here and there. I think I had a B in the class. I might have had a C in the class. Anyway, and then on the genetics test, it was my only A all year. I got a 97, and the next highest grade was like, I think the next highest grade was a D. There were only like 12 of us in the class, but still, it was highly unusual. Like, it was the only time I got the highest score. It was the only time I got an A, and some of the other kids, it was the only time they did not get an A. And when the teacher gave the test back, and she put my test on my table, she's like, "Wow, you did really good. If the only reason I don't think you cheated is because there was no one for you to have cheated off of." It's like, dang. She thinks I'm dumb. But yeah, genetics, I enjoy it. And so whenever I have a genetics unit in a class, and I have even taken classes called genetics, um, I like it and I do well. I took one called evolutionary analysis. I think that's about it. And that was a lot of genetics. Was it evolutionary analysis? I think so. I might be confusing the names of two courses because I also took one called elementary analysis, the theory of calculus. So I might be confusing those two names together. Another ice blink. But I did not finish college and now I mow lawns. So, short and long. Are either of these? That's not. That is. That's not. Okay, I'm looking for exceptional bows. Because they'll have better damage. And potential to actually play an Amazon. I think I would like to try running a multi-shot Amazon, but only if I can find a really nice bow. So I mentioned earlier I watched episode 9 of series 17 of Taskmaster, and then I lost track, I think, of what I was saying. I started episode 10, the series finale. I haven't finished it yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow, or maybe the next day, or maybe next weekend. But then apparently Taskmaster Australia Season 2 has started, and I do think that I might be more interested in that than I am in the original series, simply because the assistant and the taskmaster are different people than the original, and they weren't like bad at it. And so I feel like I've kind of watched so much Taskmaster, 17 series, that it's kind of getting old. And so the Australia one kind of freshened it up a little. This is not good. Too bad. Let's see, 10 to 58, that's barely increased. Yeah, it's just plus 8 max. Okay. No. 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 Let's see if I can find Duriel. It doesn't say. Oh boy. This video might get stupidly long, or I might give up. Dang, stop misclicking. My mouse clickery is so bad. And I used to be really good at, well, I say really good. Really good for a pub in 1.6 with the Deagle, which required good mouse clickery. And now I can't click on the broadside of a barn. Battle Scythe. I don't think I even know what that is. Okay, these cannot drop jewelry because chests and other objects cannot drop jewelry. So I'm looking for Duriel to see if he drops a rare item. Like a rare tier, like magic, rare, unique. And if he does, then I might consider trying to run him as part of the 1.0 guided playthrough. Because a viewer told me that he drops rares similar to the Cow King, and I was unaware of that. He's also the only boss in 1.07 that you can get to drop from his appropriate treasure class in Hell, including the High Council, where the named unique council members do not drop from their appropriate treasure class, so the highest rune they can drop is Thol, but the non-unique minion council members can drop up to Joe, which was renamed to Ja. Oops. Wait, is that true? They can drop... Yeah. They might even be able to drop Charm Rune. Not sure. It's so ridiculously rare that the most efficient way to find out is to check the game code. Because in my many years of playing, I've probably done 10,000 1.07 console runs in Hell, and as well as several other people on Discord, on Dabrowski's Discord server, who each did a couple thousand, and like the highest rune any of us has found was like Ohm, I think. Belt. And there's a lot of unique mummies in this tomb. Oh, it's a ghost. Okay, never mind. Ballista. I'll check that. It's possible that I might use a ballista on an Amazon. Unlikely, but possible. Of course, if this were 1.09 and that were Bariza, then it would be very likely that I would use ballista on an Amazon. Lots of pikes in here. This might be a good zone to try farming lances, especially in Hell, where they'll have a better chance to upgrade. And they're all lightning enchanted. Gauntlets. Oh yes you can. Right there. 82 gold find. Not good enough. I remember, I don't know if it was on video, or I don't think it was on video. I found a belt, and I was like, oh, this is, it's decent. I guess I can keep it. And then I went and looked through, like, all the old belts that I had. It was a gold find belt. Gold find and resistances. 1.0, I think. And so I went through and I looked up all the old belts that I had, and it turns out that was the best belt that I had dropped ever for the gold find. And I was just like, oh, it's decent. I guess I can keep it. And that's when I realized how much my standards had changed for what is considered good enough to keep. Oh, I need to gamble. Show me some jewelry, please. No.
Hi there.
Boots and belts are what I gamble in Classic,
Welcome to the
in
desert
addition to
rain.
jewelry. Searching for gold find options. Or magic find on the
Good evening.
boots. It has potential to be interesting. So I'm still looking for Duriel. Was that 2 tombs or 3? That was 3. Okay. And then if he drops a rare, then I'll probably leave the game and come back and see if he drops a rare again. This video is, it's whatever. I don't have work tomorrow, so I can stay up late anyway without having to worry about being tired at work. And then today I was supposed to be off, in theory, but it rained this week, and so we had a half day, and so we made that up today. And so I was out of the house for like 8 hours, something like that. So not too bad. Certainly not after the 2 14.5 hour days in a row. And they told me they were going to put me on salary and give me a raise. Like a raise per hour, but salary, so no more overtime. It's like, well, okay, I guess. And then they told me later that I was making some mistakes, and so they were going to push my raise back. And I was actually happy that they're pushing the raise back because I get lots of overtime. So the raise would have actually been a pay cut because of the salary. But the position title is higher, and so in theory it would be advancing my, I'll say, career. I doubt I'm going anywhere. I'll be mowing lawns for a long time, most likely. Oh yeah, I need to clean this table so that tomorrow, hopefully, I can record Legos for Lego Lunes, which is Monday. And then, what else was I about to say? Oh yeah, the other thing that I want to do is go read back through my personalized hierarchy of needs and make a shopping list of like some things that will help fulfill next steps of progress, uh, like a better bed or uh, like actually having a grocery list instead of just buying what I see when I walk through the store. Or clothes that are more suited for the type of work that I do. Like instead of jeans, something light that dries off quickly. Because if, like the other, yesterday, I was doing a lot of weed eating early in the morning, and my pants got so wet that if you know the sound when you're peeling wet clothes off your body and it makes like the suction noise, that's the noise that my jeans were making on my legs just when I was walking. So, from all the dew on the grass. Are you immune to physical? Oh no, there are no immunities. That's right. It's classic. There's no immunities. Alright, so let's try. I think this is the last one. I found one ring, so that was cool, I guess. Amulet could potentially be useful. What's my amulet? 7 mana steel. I guess in the thumbnail I'll probably put, like, I'll show Duriel. Um, that way, at the start of the video, when you already clicked in, you'll know that it's more than just the Council and the Arcane Sanctuary. Unless I'm a complete idiot and Duriel was in one of the tombs I already explored and I somehow missed it. Then I would probably just quit. Rage quit forever, again. Okay, let's not go through the middle of the pack because then they all get free hits. Dang. Mesh boots. Light gauntlets. But if I could get an Amazon with a nice bow and then do the infinite magic bind, I think that could be pretty powerful. Because she'd be able to clear areas more quickly than the barbarian, especially high density areas, like the cow level, which I believe has increased chance to drop rings, but I'm not certain. I guess my main problem that I would have with the Amazon is that she doesn't have good fast run walk options. I think the only source of fast run walk for her is going to be 30% faster run walk boots, and then maybe like Beth's form for 10%. Right, I don't have to click that. Is he gonna kill me? That would be super annoying. Okay, he did not drop rares. Alright. That's what I wanted to know. Is this... Let's see. Ring... That looks like it has the appropriate durability. I'll kill him once more, just because. Do I have a ring in my inventory? I do.
Stay a while and listen.
So I'll get rid of that, so I don't accidentally identify it. No enhanced damage. Alright. So we'll do him again. And kill Duriel, just to make sure. This time I'm not going to kill the monsters on the way to him, I'll just whirl through them. And the ones that die, die, but I'm not going to be like intentionally clearing the area. Let's see, I should be able to go this way. I wonder if I should pick more dexterity. Probably not. Yeah, okay. Let's make sure they have the appropriate durability. 30, 60, yeah. Alright, so yeah, that didn't work. But I got a ring, so it's fine. And that's it for today.